So let's get straight into this video. I think we can all see now and all agree that the use of AI is changing the world in which we live. It's changing how we write, how we work, and also to a certain extent how we think and how we solve problems. But with all this power, there's a hidden risk that doesn't, in my view, get enough attention. And so today I want to talk about grounding, because one of the major factors with the use of AI is building trust. Now, in the business world, if your customers don't trust the information they're being given, then very soon they will not be your customers and your reputation may be dramatically affected. So now I'm not talking about something like electrical grounding, that's completely different. I'm talking about grounding AI in reality, in truth, in facts and in context. So in this video I'm going to briefly cover why grounding AI is not just important, it's absolutely essential. So I suppose what we need to do now is just to cover what grounding actually means in AI terms. Well, grounding in the AI world means making sure an AI system's output is based on verifiable information and aligns with the real world. You've probably seen it already on social media where subjects are covered confidently, things sound right, but actually if you use your sort of deductive capabilities, it's completely made up. And that is called a hallucination. And hallucinations are prevented by grounding. Now, hopefully you can see on the reverse that the lack of grounding can have very serious consequences. And let me just talk about a couple. So imagine you're a medical AI suggesting treatments for patients. Well, if the answers aren't grounded in actual medical research or patient data, it can become incredibly dangerous. Now in journalism, which is what we see every day in the forms of media and social media, if AI writes an article citing fake sources or misinterpreting facts, it spreads misinformation at scale, and we've seen many examples of that. And even in everyday uses like writing CVs or coding, ungrounded AI can give you misleading or unusable content. So the next question I have to address then is, how do we ground AI? And there are a number of things that we can do. So let's just talk about some of those. First thing, of course, is to use verified sources. Well, the first thing that we need to do is to connect our AI to trusted LLMs, databases, documents, or APIs. And people who watched my previous video may remember the importance of good data quality when using AI. Now, where you are working in critical fields, like I've given example healthcare, or in law, or any other industry that has health and safety implications, it is vital that AI is used as a tool where important outputs can be verified by a human. So this is human verification. The third point is prompt building, and I think this was going to probably emerge as a specific skill which will be sought by all companies using AI. That will be a subject of another video. The construction of clear specific prompts that result in AI tools giving better results through the definition of context and constraints is vital in building trust. And then finally, manual definition of grounding for AI output can be a long and complicated process. So we need to look at how we can continually refine and maybe use tools to help us do this. So as in all IT areas where manual input is required, as I say, we can look at tools that will become available to help us ground our AI. And these platforms, the ones that we'll use, should include citation tracking, fact checking, or retrieval augmentation generation. Now there's also an ethical angle here. If AI systems aren't grounded, they can reinforce bias. They can fuel conspiracy theories or mislead users without even knowing it. And this is what I say, you have to be very careful with what you read on social media today. So grounding isn't just a technical fix. It has to be something that you are consciously thinking about all the time. So grounding is also a safeguard for truth in a world that's already struggling with information overload. And I've talked about that previously. Now, as you know, I always like to finish my videos with a takeaway. So next time you use AI, whether you're chatting with a box or building a tool, ask yourself, is it grounded? Because in the AI age, truth isn't optional, it's foundational. And we need to spend more time thinking about what we're actually consuming. Does it look right? Can it be verified and grounded with actual facts? Because social media these days is flooded with stories that are either bias or not true. And you need to be able to sort out what is grounded from what is not grounded. So I hope that's helped. Maybe it will generate some conversation. Be interested in your comments below. Like I say, if you've enjoyed the video, then please consider giving it a like. And if you are interested in some more stuff on AI, then subscribe to the channel and let me know what you think. Be really interested to see your take on grounding in AI. But in the meantime, see you next time.